We are on to the intervention for week 12. Now remember, you're only doing this page, you're only watching this video if you've already completed these problems and you're ready to check your work. If you need to study the week 12 concept, concept 12.1, you should look back at the tests for weeks 12, 13, and 14, and you can actually watch the videos for those weeks. Just fast forward to concept 12.1. Also look at your notes, practice tests, anything that you could do to get some help. Wait and watch this video after you've already attempted these problems. Okay, here we go. So, in the first set, we're asked to circle all that are true. We actually have two problems here, so we want to separate out. Let me just put a little line right here so we're getting the information for the top to do these problems, and then we'll move to the graph to do these. If you didn't understand that and you need to go back and redo something on 12 now, just pause the video and you can always come back to it later. So the first set, Alex graphed the total amount of weight he lost, Y, for the days he dieted, X. The graph was a straight line that passed through the origin. That tells us it went through 0, 0. And the point 828. One of the things that I recommended you do when you see those points is you break out the X, 8, and the Y, 28. So he dieted for 8 days and lost 28 pounds. That's what it says. Number of days X, weight lost Y. Question 1, the slope of the line is 3.5. So slope is always equal to the y divided by the x. So in this case, the question is, does 28 divided by 8 equal 3.5? If that's a yes, that's true. We're going to circle it. If it's not, it's false. Let's bring up our calculator. We'll stick it on that graph because we're not using that graph now. 28 divided by 8, 3.5. That is a true statement. Part B, the y-intercept of the line is 8. That is false. The y-intercept of the line is 0. We said that. It goes through the origin, 0, 0. Letter C, Alex lost 3.5 pounds per day. That's a true statement. Remember, the slope is equal to per day. Slope is always how much happens in 1 unit of x. And finally, Alex lost 10.5 pounds during 4 days of dieting. How would you check that to see if it's true? Well, you would take the y, the days of dieting, and you would divide them by the x. 10.5. Make sure I get all those buttons. 10.5 divided by 4 equals, nope, 2.625. I think I've gone off my screen, but in either case, that's not true. That's a false statement. And in fact, I could do it another way. 4 days of dieting, it would have to be 4 times 3.5. 4 times, because 3.5 is the per day, he actually lost 14 pounds. If he dieted 4 days and his scale says 10.5, maybe he needs new batteries on his scale. All right. Now, before you go any further, if you need to, let's get my calculator out of the way. If you need to, go back before you do the bottom half, redo anything that you need to redo, rethink it if there was some stuff that you didn't quite understand. Then, you know what? Just rework it. It's better to take your time on this than it is to rush through it. So here we go. There's a graph of how Sarah spent her lunch money. It's the money she spent as the Y value, dollars spent right there. And it's the days she attended school as the X value. So first question, the y-intercept is 1/2. Well, it's not. There's the y-intercept right there. This intersects at 0. So we know that that's false. That's a false statement because it should be 0. The slope of the line is 1/2. Now let's see. We always want to look for a place where the lines cross. There's the point 10, 15. So in this case, the slope, which is always y divided by x, is 15 divided by 10. If we bring back our handy calculator, we'll just shove it right over there. 15 divided by 10, 1.5. 1.5, not a half, 1.5. So false, false. Sarah spends $1.50 a day on lunch. Well, there's our slope right there. You betcha, you betcha, you betcha. All right. Remember, the slope equals per day in this case, per day attended. And finally, the equation of the line, yes, that's true also. Remember, the equation of the line is always y. Oops, having some pen issues here. There we go. Y is equal to the slope times x. So 1.5 times x. All right, we have one more to go at the bottom. And again, if you need to pause this video, rework anything at the bottom, make sure you're confident before you look at that last set of answers. Then you can just fast forward to the end. All right, here's our last set. So Allison graphed the amount of money she saved y for the total number of coupons she used x. The graph is a straight line that passes through the origin, 0, 0, and the point 68. So in the point 68, x is equal to the 6, y is equal to the 8. Here come our questions. Slope of the line, 4/3. Well, slope is equal to y over x. So we have 8 over 6. And yes, that does in fact simplify to 4 over 3. True, true. The y-intercept of the line is 0. Absolutely true. We said it goes through the origin. Allison clips 6 coupons per day. Not true. Not true. False statement. She clips 4/3 per day. Remember, the slope is always the per day. Finally, she saved $12 using 8 coupons. So we take the 12, that's the dollars saved, money saved is the y. We divide it by the 8. That simplifies to the fraction 3 over 2. And since 3 over 2 is not equal to 4 over 3, that statement's false. So you're testing everything against that slope. You need to remember that slope formula. Slope equals y divided by x. Okay, you are ready to come see me now and take test 12. Now, if you still don't understand this concept, don't come see me for the test yet. Do some more studying, whether that's tutoring with a friend, reviewing this video, reviewing some test videos, whatever it is. Be sure you feel confident before you come and take the test, and then just come and get yourself some extra points. That's what you're going to do. Okay. Other questions? Feel free to come and ask me.